my ass.
Alright. I believe this is gonna be a theme.
Blakeskaiter.
Alright. So, as we started last week, we started with me being really upset about a movie, and I think I'm gonna be really upset about a movie at the start of this one. But specifically, two movies, and I believe everyone's gonna share my opinion on this. The god-awful, and I mean god-awful, anime adaptations that are
Ooh.
Dragon Ball Evolution and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Ooh.
I'm just going to say nothing about Dragon Ball Evolution.
I'm gonna send you a link.
Movie was awful, and I
was
think
about to say, if you're about to say that the movie was good, I would have to find you and slap the McFuck out of you.
It was great of a movie, man.
well, when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, this is okay. And then as I grew up and realized, oh my god, I'm an idiot for thinking Dragon
I've
Ball
made
Evolution
mistakes.
was a decent movie.
Mistakes have been made.
It's
Mistakes have
yeah,
been made.
I'm mad at myself about that. So it's been so long since I've seen that movie. I've completely forgotten about it, but we all know it's awful, and what they did is probably a bigger disgrace than the two bombs dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. But, oh, Avatar: Last Airbender. Ooh. Oh, man. M. Night Shyamalan, fuck you, first off. Secondly, everyone here knows that Avatar: The Last Airbender, the anime, is American-made, right?
Yup.
So what the
Less
fuck was...
anime, more cartoon.
Yeah. So, I just want to say, what the fuck was M. Night Shyamalan thinking when he changed all the names to the Asian pronunciations?
I don't even know, man.
Come on, his name is Aang, not Ong, you fuck. First of all. Second of all, you cut out
The one you comment on mom stuff?
he cut out the best part. He cut out the part with the geishas. With the geisha warriors.
Kyoshi Warriors.
Yeah, them. See, it's been so long since I've watched the show and watched this movie, I don't remember it. I just know that movie was a fucking travesty. And, of course, me being, I think I was like 13 at the time, going and seeing it, I'd forget when it came out. And it was okay, watching it the first time, and then going back and watching it again when I'm older, and I'm like, ooh, oh, god damn it.
How could this happen to me?
Yeah.
Why won't my life end now?
You mean the that movie came out? I think it was in 2010. Yeah.
2010? Oh yeah, I was
It was
really
2010.
young then. Yeah, I was really young
fight
then.
with my strong arm?
Honestly, when I think about that movie, I did not like it because yes, I have watched the anime series and I think it was better. The movie really disappointed me because yes, the pronunciations were bad and also they changed the character. The way few of the characters were. One of the things that pissed me off was that we all know Sprinsuko has a scar, a burn scar, and in the movie they did not added that, and that kind of pissed me off because I'm like, if you're gonna do a movie of something, at least try to make it a little bit like how it was made. So,
No, I believe he had his scar in the movie. It's just they probably didn't have it so visible. Because I remember watching the movie and I'm pretty sure they still had it. It was just Now very... Oh, now...
No.
I actually think that movie was a total disgrace. I'm sorry.
But I can say one thing that... Despite the fact that they made Katara a little bitch, when in the series she was a badass,
Oh yeah.
and the fact that they skipped a lot of shit, despite that, it was still a better movie compared to the Dragon Ball attempt that they try to make, but it just seemed more like a high school get-together gang stupid bullshit.
Yeah. That movie pissed me off.
It was bad. Honestly, I remember that my friends were really, really, really hyped to see it, and I was like, no. Like, I watched it with them, and I was literally complaining the whole time. I was like, really? This is not how it is. Like, really? What the hell? So I don't like it. I think it was a total waste of money, literally to spend to watch a stupid movie yeah, for me, is garbage.
I have yet to see
Alright, I won't be broadcasting today.
That's fine. I'm already live, so.
I've yet to see the Attack on Titan movie attempt that they did.
Oh, no, I completely blocked those movies out of my mind. Keep it
Well,
that way.
I still want to see it for myself to see how they did, even though I'm pretty sure they did garbage on it.
They cut out Levi entirely.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Ew.
yeah. Levi isn't even in the movie. They changed the character entirely.
What the fuck
what
is a movie without him?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So those are the movies I have gripes about. Can't really go into much detail as I did about The Witch, because, well, it's been a much longer time since I've seen those two movies. Any gripes about movies that you guys have? Blade, I know you have one sitting in the wings.
Let's see. There was a movie, I'm just trying to see if I can remember the name of it. Well, in my honest opinion, it can't really be a complaint, I guess, but when, y'all know the Grown Ups movie, right?
Yes.
The first one I thought by far one of the best ones they did. But then when they made that Grown Ups 2, in my opinion, that fucking sucked. They could have done a hell of a lot better if they were going to make a second of it.
Yeah, I agree with that. The first one was really good. I enjoyed the first one. The second one was just meh for me. Wasn't anything
First
real
one got me
noticeable.
laughing, the second one kept me flaccid.
Yeah.
Another movie, it was, so far the Star Wars movies that they've created, after Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens disappointed me. I fucking hated it.
Oh man. Oh yeah, first difference in opinion. I loved that movie.
Sorry for, wait, so hold on, which movie?
Force
Star
Awakens,
Wars: The Force Awakens.
Episode
It
7.
didn't,
The Last Jedi was an improvement from Force Awakens. That's how it is in my opinion. But out of the 3 movies that they've done, Rogue One was by far my favorite out of the 3.
Oh yeah,
They
for
just
sure.
they it was hell of a lot better. It's just with Force Awakens that I detested it so fucking badly. Is like, what would say, J.J. Abrams?
Yeah.
All the more he fucking did was he took basically bits and pieces of every fucking Star Wars movie made, and he just clamped them up together to make a movie.
Well,
I mean, what the fuck is with Kylo Ren looking like goddamn Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith? What the fuck is that?
he is a Skywalker. He's part Skywalker, part Solo. I mean, it makes sense. And they
Yes,
say in the
but
movie that he has too
how
much
do you-
Vader in him.
Possibly in abilities wise, but not in looks. How the fuck do you mix Leia and Han Solo and poof, oh hey look, Anakin Skywalker. What the fuck is that?
It happens. It happens sometimes where the grandparents' genes are a little more stronger than the parents are. But I think we can all agree, though, Kylo was a whiny little bitch in The Force Awakens, and he definitely did a complete turnaround in The Last Jedi, and kind of came into his own villain there. I mean, but let's also remember, he's the only fucking person to ever stop a blaster bolt mid-air with force powers.
The fact that wait, has anyone not seen Force or Last Jedi?
I haven't.
Alright, yeah.
Okay, so
we won't talk about it
okay,
then.
then let's not spoil it then.
Yeah, we'll talk about... Well, we could talk about that, next week, next podcast. I think, Blade, if you have any movies you want to gripe about, I think I could go into my next topic.
For me, today, not really.
Alright, well... Varric, you being...
You already went through your rant on National Treasure.
Yeah. Varric, you being new to the podcast, you being one of our guests for the week. I don't know if you watched our previous podcast, but we talked about gun control, and I just want to bring that up again. I believe this is probably going to be a very, very prominent, reoccurring theme. There's a few things I want to talk about here. Number one being, Massachusetts. What the fuck are you doing, Massachusetts? Honestly. Massachusetts has recently passed a bill that goes into effect on the 30th of this month, being March 30th, 2018, that all bump stocks and certain trigger modifications on any kind of rifle are illegal. And Massachusetts lawmakers sent out a letter, because in Massachusetts you have to have certain licenses to own certain guns. Perfectly normal. But anyone that owned those licenses got a letter in the mail, stating that bump stocks and these trigger modifications are now illegal. And they are to turn in the bump stocks and trigger modifications to their nearest police department without compensation, mind you, or be faced with criminal charges after the 30th.
What the fuck?
Yes, zero compensation is going to be made, and I'm thinking, what the hell? These...
So you either turn in something you just spent money on, get no compensation, and you purchase said thing legally, not illegally, legally, and if you don't turn it in with no compensation, you will get immediately thrown in jail.
Well, also the thing is, there's no way to really enforce this law. There's no way for police, sheriffs, whatnot, to enforce this law, because the bump stocks and trigger modifications aren't registered.
Exactly.
The Massachusetts state government just sent this letter out to people that owned licenses that could possibly own these firearm accessories. It boggles my mind, because, first off, how are the police going to enforce this law? I mean, you can't legally search the homes of people that own these licenses and see if they have bump stocks after the 30th. That's an unwarranted search, and that violates the Constitution. Not only that, but this law in general violates the Constitution. You're right as an American citizen to own property. Legal property, mind you. And I believe the only reason why Massachusetts done this is because the ATF is looking into bump stocks and these trigger modifications anyway. And not looking to ban them, maybe regulate them more, but Massachusetts says, nah, they're just going to be outright banned. Second thing, of course, second school shooting in the past 2 months, Maryland. But this time, guess what happens? There's an armed police officer at the school, and when this psychopath comes in the school with a Glock 19 9mm, starts opening fire, the police officer takes him down. You don't see that in the news. Why? Because a firearm was used to protect students, and your media isn't going to cover it. It's almost like the person that saved lives using a firearm wouldn't fit their agenda that they're trying to push for gun control.
Nope.
And now,
because
and let's not forget,
the media's all about, hey, let's do everything we can to make everyone a gun-free zone.
let's also not forget that in the past month, Austin has been bombed 18 times. 18! And they just recently, last night, I believe it was, found the bomber. And what did he do? He blew himself up. And the media maybe talked about the Austin bombings for maybe an hour. But no one's gonna stand up and march and say, oh, we need better security in our mail and FedEx and whatnot. Need better detection. When 2 people died, and I believe it was, 5 were injured in these bombings? No one's talking about this. Why? Like, tell me. Oh, wait, I know why. Because it's not a gun. Because it's not a gun. It's not fitting their agenda. But then, you know, in the UK, bombings happen all the time. I mean, it boggles my mind. I can't even be really mad about this. I can only be mad at the press and disappointed in people.
See, there's also another thing. They won't show that the armed officer took down the psychotic jackass that had the gun. They won't display that at all. But God forbid, there was that school shooting that they did like long ago. And this student came in, started killing everyone, and the armed security officer ran out of school to save his own life. They went ahead and told everyone about that, and he got fired for it because, oh, he's a little bitch that ran out the door. But God forbid, a hero saves the school from shooting, and oh, let's not put this there at all. No, because it doesn't fit.
You know why? You know why this is? Why I think it is? Is because the psychopath didn't use a rifle. He used a handgun. And of course, in United States law, is that no person under 21 is to be in possession of a handgun at any time. And this At that point, it falls back on the parents. Why wasn't the gun locked? Why wasn't the gun put somewhere where he couldn't get to it? Why didn't you realize that your child was mentally unstable and take him, get him help? No. What?
It's probably not necessarily just the child though, because there's a lot of times where it's the fucking parents that are such retards that all they ever do is just see their child as a big fat fucking paycheck, because they get to have money off them.
Yeah. I don't think it went that far. I think it was more like the parents just didn't realize what was going on.
I think
Not necessarily.
I think the gun laws should not restrict the amount of guns in the world, but they should increase the safety revolving said guns. Like not adding like these special safety triggers that it takes you 5 minutes to get off before you can even fire around. More like if you get a gun, you must have a safe place to put it, safe and everything.
You do.
Before owning
it. You have to be able to say it is locked away, out of reach of children. That is federal law. That you must have the proper safety equipment, and if a child gets a hold of your gun, that's a felony charge.
Well, obviously, it ain't fucking working.
And
well, it can also be the parents also, because I actually read an article about 2 weeks ago, possibly. There's this young girl. She was in high school. She was top marks in her classes. She was in several sports. She was also taking, I believe, like piano. Everything. She was basically the definition of the perfect child. But she did not do this by choice. The parents pushed her so fucking much to become the perfect child that it drove her mad, and she killed her mother because they drove her batshit crazy, and now she's serving life in prison, in which I'm not necessarily citing the child, because murder is still murder regardless, so that's no excuse. However, it does fall under the parents' fault, because when the child was trying to show signs that she's trying to seek their help or anything, they just ignored her, and also the parents would also blame all of their problems onto her, saying it's her fault, when all she's ever done was try to do everything she can to
avoid
be
such
what
claims.
Yeah.
Society is falling to shit.
So this is okay. This is nothing that involves gunning or killing somebody. Actually, no. It kind of involves killing somebody. You know, like all those like old ass movies, like Taken. You take it. You should have stopped at the second movie.
I've only
The
seen
third
the
movie, it
first
should have been
one.
like, "You have my daughter again? Shit, have her." Click. That's it.
Exactly.
That should have been the entire.
Well,
third movie.
I thought the third movie was his wife and daughter, or ex-wife and daughter.
I've
Anyway.
only seen the first Taken movie. I've yet to see the others.
Anyway,
keep
so
it that way.
like I feel like, and there's been a lot of cases recently where like a child would go missing, and they would then prosecute the parents for, because like, and it's proven that like the parents went to the police and everybody they could find and nothing was done about it, to the point where like the parents decided to take it in their own hands, and they went to go search. And I believe there was this one case that the guy found the person who took his daughter. There was a large amount of sufficient evidence to prove that it was him, who was also involved in a few other cases. But instead of instead of that person being prosecuted, the parent was prosecuted because he shot the guy. The guy then got away with scotch clean. But he didn't kill him. He only shot him in the leg. And like in his in his testimony, he straight up said, "This guy took my daughter. My daughter is now dead because of him. But I didn't kill him." Whereas I was really thinking about it, I decided that I was higher than him. But I did shoot in the leg to stop him from running, though. And it's just, really, guys?
That's why I don't really trust the government at all, because they're a bunch of twisted fucks. Because, I know this might be a little personal, but not really all that much. A couple days ago, my mother had been summoned for jury duty, and then she was actually chosen to help with the case. This case was for drug busting. They busted the dude for having drugs. And while she was sitting there listening to it, they asked her, how do you feel about this person getting 99 years in prison for drugs? And she asked him, this is just for drugs, right? No murder, no child rape, nothing? Like, no, just drugs. And she said, I don't agree with it. She goes, and they're like, what? I don't agree with it. He didn't commit murder. He didn't, like, raping children or anything. All he did was have drugs. So why the hell should he have 99 years in prison just for drugs? I understand there is levels of drugs that go beyond anything. But honestly, 99 years is making them lose their entire fucking life over drugs is a bit extreme.
All right.
I'm actually agreeing with her on that because that's true. Why do that? But because of this, they dismissed my mother from the thing because she would not follow their lead on, hey, let's give this guy 99 years in prison.
Yeah, that's another thing that I want to talk about. So the psychopath that committed the Florida shooting, it's confirmed that he got the death penalty. Why isn't he dead yet? Oh, because he's got to sit in prison and think about what he done before his date comes. No,
he's had plenty of time to think about what's done when he did that shit.
He had a year and a half to plan that shit out. I think we need to follow suit of Japan and take it one step forward, one step further. In Japan, no one that's on death row is told when they're going to be executed. So they have to live every day of their life up to their execution date thinking, tomorrow could be my last day. I think, now this is going to sound completely fucking insane, but I think it should be next week. That within the week, if someone gets the death penalty, they have a week. Say goodbye to their family if their family wants to, reconcile with God, whatever. Give them a week, and then off that motherfucker. Because guess what? He's gonna spend 60, 40, 60, sometimes even 80 years in prison. With the taxpayers' money feeding him, clothing him, giving him shelter, taking care of him when he gets sick. No. No.
Yeah, that's another thing that sets me off. What the hell is it that, based from what I've been reading, is the prisoners get like way better fucking treatment than our damn elderly or our soldiers that are fucking fighting for our asses in our front lines.
Yeah, it's
prisoners
sickening.
Are living the luxury life, and it's like, what the fuck? They can get educations, they can get food, everything, but our soldiers, they come back, they get like wounded or anything, and let's just throw them on the street. Fuck them. Oh, our elders are sick? Fuck them. They're going to die anyway. But our prisoners? Oh, they did wrong. Let's treat them right. Fuck you.
Yeah, it infuriates me the way that we treat murderers, specifically murderers, and rapists, and child molesters.
Oh, you raped my daughter? Oh, here's an education, here's roof to live under, here's this. Enjoy your life.
No, let's tell all the other inmates that this psychopath from Florida killed 17 kids and injured however many more, and let's put him in general population and see what happens. Guess what? That fucking psychopath is gonna be dead in a week, if not less. Because believe it or not, our prisoners have a higher moral code than most people walking around in the street do.
To a friend of mine, he actually told me, y'all might have heard this story from him too. He was talking about how, like, quite a couple years ago, he almost became like a victim of like a kidnapping or rape or something. And he beat his ass, and when the guy was trying to break away, he managed to get hold of the authorities, grabbed that fucker, got him thrown in prison, and then when he went to visit the prison to do what's on, he contacted, apparently it was a friend of his that's in prison, and he had a picture of the dude that's been doing a raping, and he slammed the picture onto the window saying, "You see this fuck here?" And his friend that's in prison was like, "Yeah." He's like, "This fuck has been going around raping kids." And he's in there with y'all. And the inmate was like, "Oh, really? Okay, I'll be sure to take care of that." So every single day, he has, my friend, buddy that's in prison, has been sitting there beating the absolute fuck out of the child rapist along with so many other inmates. They have been raping his ass and beating the fuck out of him beyond extent. Because he was a child rapist.
Yeah, it's sad to know that people that are people that we have in prison have a higher moral code than the people walking around on the street saying, "Oh, he may have did wrong, but he can change." Guess what? The system here in the United States doesn't work. Prison's like a vacation to most people nowadays. I don't know, it gets my goat really easily.
Varg, is there any rants you have to tell?
What?
Is there any rants you have to tell that sets you off?
Honestly, no. I just don't like saying stuff in public. I just simply, keep it to myself. Sorry.
Well, here, you're free to speak your mind, and no one's gonna judge you, and if they do, we'll go after those motherfuckers. We don't give a shit.
It'll be on like Donkey Kong.
Oh, yeah. we even said it in episode 1. It's okay to come at us with your opinion, but if our opinions differ, and you think something else, fine, share your opinion, but don't be a fucking dick about it.
Yeah, here you can voice any opinion you want, and just don't try to push like your beliefs onto others. You can speak them, just don't like try to push it onto people.
Honestly, I have nothing. Like, my mind is blank, pretty much. I just literally listen to what you guys are saying, and that's pretty much it.
It's crazy to me knowing that this stuff is happening, and we're letting it happen to ourselves.
Okay, here's another one, and I'm sure so many others can agree to this as well. Back in the days, you used to, everyone would be like fucking terrified to like say something out loud because, oh no, the government is listening, and if they hear this, they'll wiretap my house and da 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 da. And you want to like get in cars with strangers and all this shit. But now these days, hey, wiretap, how do you make this? Or, oh no, I'm going to be late. I'm going to call a random person to have them come and pick me up. You know, like having it.
So, this podcast is going to be on YouTube, of course, and there's something I want to talk about that relates to YouTube, and specifically the content that's on YouTube today. What the fuck has happened? Honestly, now this is where I'm gonna get fucking energetic because I am fucking all for this shit right now. YouTube content has degraded drastically over the past 3 years. Specifically in the past 2. Because of YouTube's new terms of policy and ads and everything. Now everyone's afraid to say what they want. Because, oh, if it doesn't agree with the advertisers, then I'm not gonna get ads on my videos, I'm not gonna make any money. That's not why you got on YouTube to start with. You weren't on YouTube to make money. You were on YouTube to make the content that you wanted to watch, that you wanted to make. Shit that you wanted to love, that you liked. Guess what? I like doing this fucking podcast. It's gonna go up on my YouTube. If YouTube has a problem with it, fuck you, I don't care. I'm gonna keep posting this shit.
Ass.
And exactly. Exactly. And if you're gonna take my YouTube channel down, guess what? I'll make a fucking another one. And repost all my videos on that one. And if you ban my IP from YouTube, guess what? I still have my Twitch channel. If I lose my Twitch channel, guess what? I'll fucking go stream somewhere else. I don't care. I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna make the fucking content that I like to make. And I'm gonna make the content that I want to watch. You know, I like watching podcasts. I like watching specifically podcasts where people are gonna say what they want. That say what's on their mind.
It's always been fun watching podcasts and shit, because you get to sit there and listen to, like, other people rant about shit that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and what really fucking annoys me are vlog channels. I swear to God, if I ever put a vlog or anything like that on my channel, please unsubscribe for me. I want all of you guys to unfriend me, like shun me, alright? For the love of God, please, or at least give me a warning, like, hey motherfucker, you said this, delete that shit, alright? People who...
Fuck you.
Specifically vloggers and storytime YouTubers. Yeah. Specifically vloggers.
I'm okay with storytime YouTubers. Because some of the stories they tell are fucking hilarious. I'm okay with that. But don't give me this boring ass story of you sitting in the stall for 3 hours just because your boyfriend was outside fucking another bitch.
I'm talking about the storytime YouTubers that tell stories that are like, okay, I'm pretty sure this never fucking happened to you. Like, people who come up with these crazy fucking stories and say, oh, this is 100% true, 100% fact, this actually happened to me. Bitch, where's the proof?
God descended from heaven and dropped his nuts on my face. Or that was your dog.
Yeah, or that was your dog fucking licking himself on top of you. Nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody cares about your fucking life. I know you have fucking 2 million subscribers and they watch all your fucking videos. Guess what? They really don't care, alright? They don't care about your personality, your personal life.
They like you because you got nice tits.
Exactly! They like you because you have big titties and a big ass, or you have a cute face. That's what they're there for.
Because
nobody gives a shit about your bullshit.
Material to them.
Exactly. Nobody gives a fuck about what happened in your life. Nobody cares.
You'll probably see some of them that will be like, okay, maybe there, I'm sorry that happened to you. There's some might actually be like that, but then there's others that'll probably be like, there, I'm sorry that happened to you, now please go back to showing us your tits.
Now another big problem I have with YouTube is the whole certain channels being told to cease and desist on the videos that are made, and that people are trying to save face that do videos like that. I watch a lot of videos about guns because I'm passionate about guns. I like to do my research. I own guns, and I'm seeing all these people that are doing gun reviews, talking about them. I see them taking videos down and changing the way they make videos and changing how they do them because they're scared that YouTube's gonna be like, nah, I'm taking your channel down. Fuck that, man. What the hell is going on? Like, there's one YouTuber I watched, GY6. He had to take every single video on his YouTube channel down because he was so scared that YouTube was going to delete his channel. And I'm sitting here thinking, what the fuck happened? Literally 2 weeks ago, he had an insane number of videos, and now he has 2 on that channel. Why? Because YouTube's saying, oh, he's appropriating gun violence. He's saying, oh, you know, you should go out, buy a gun and kill people. No, he's never said that. He's literally just saying, hey, this is a good gun. I recommend, if you have the money, pick one up. You know, you can carry it. You can just use it for target shooting, whatnot. Not once has he ever said, go out, get this gun, and kill someone with it. It's fucking insane that people are so scared to make the content that they love nowadays. Because, oh, I might not get monetized. Guess what? I don't give a shit if I get monetized on YouTube.
It's called YouTube, not ThemTube.
Yeah, I'm not here to make money off this shit. I'm here to make content that I want to watch, that I want my friends to watch. I want people to enjoy. That's what I'm doing.
Money's great. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah, money's great. If I make money off this, great. That's just
a place
that's just a
where
perk.
I can express myself openly and not give a fuck. Like, on our channels, you see the sellout. Like, on our Twitch channels, you see that one of our things is the sellout hype. Yes, as we said in the first video, money is great because we're humans, we have a lot of things to pay for, so on and so forth. But that doesn't mean we're here for the money. We're here just to get our opinions out there, to show the world we don't care about what everybody else thinks. We simply want you to know how we think.
It boggles my mind. And YouTube, what? Come on. What are you doing? Like, I remember when YouTube started, it wasn't shit, man.
Goodbye, Demolition Ranch.
Demolition Ranch? Oh no, I think he'll be safe, to be honest.
No. Nope. He won't be safe. Because he he doesn't just do reviews. He has videos where he shows out his kit, and he actually has videos where he's talking about killing people. And yes, he's talking about like situations like, oh, there's some terrorist running up at you, and he pulls out a Glock 18 and he starts firing.
Yeah, but it's a dummy, and it's satire.
No, it's not. You don't see what's behind the screen, and some people would find that triggering. Because, you know, some person gonna be like, my goldfish died by a Glock 18!
But you gotta realize, like, you gotta take everything that YouTubers do with a grain of salt. I mean, it's satire. What Demolition Ranch, what he's doing is satire. He's making a joke about it. Saying, like, you know, yeah, the guns can be used in self-defense, but not all the time. It's fucking stupid. It is, and I honestly think it's the vloggers that have caused this, because you know, everyone's watching all these vlogs, you know, want to see that boy with the cute face, or that girl with the big titties, whatever.
Logan Paul.
Exactly. Like, why? YouTube, why? I remember when YouTube wasn't shit. I remember when Red vs. Blue came out, it was the biggest fucking thing on YouTube. Everyone was watching Red versus Blue on Rooster Teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at what's happened to that channel. Like, they still make videos, they still get an insane amount of views, but Red vs. Blue isn't as big as it used to be. Why? Because all these vloggers and all this other shit have taken over, and they're being too safe. I think everyone's too worried about being politically correct. And watching this podcast, you realize we're not politically correct at all. We don't give a fuck. We're gonna say what we want, and if you don't like it, guess what? Click off the video.
I care more about how my dick sways when I walk than how politics sway when someone pulls a gun.
Exactly.
Well, it's also the fact that Rooster Teeth is also working on like several different projects. Because they've been working on making like so many different shows. They also got to keep up with the episodes, and etc.
Yeah, I understand that. But I'm saying, like, what's happened to that channel is a fucking travesty, because they were seriously one of the biggest channels on YouTube when it started, and now they're one of the smaller ones. And it's insane to think about that. How people have changed.
Then you got a story time with Daddy, with 30 million subscribers or something like, hello, 'tis Daddy. Time for story time. If I started after Green Eggs and Ham, if I wanted to read Green Eggs and Ham, I'd read it.
Yeah, and don't even get me started about fucking amateur food reviews or fucking toy unboxings. Oh my god. Why aren't those people getting
I'm okay with
content strikes?
I'm okay with toy unboxing people.
I'm okay
with them. But the fact is that one of the people I watch, yes, I watch toy unboxing videos, because yes, I may be an adult male, but that doesn't mean that my member still gets hard when watching an action figure.
Oh yeah,
I'm a guy. I always will. Just because I get older doesn't mean my toys got any my sense of toys. And my toys just get bigger.
Yeah, my toys just get bigger and get a little more dangerous.
Here, just let me get
more dangerous.
Here, just let me get my assault rifle 15.
Oh, you! I knew you were gonna do it. I was waiting for it.
I felt it.
I felt it coming. I felt it coming, and I was like, oh no.
Just to let you guys,
I'm sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, just to let y'all know, I normally like to pick on these two because they are very offensive about the AR-15, and I'm constantly seeing these posts on social media talking about, point out which one's an AR-15. Oh, it's that one. And they're picking an assault rifle, and it's like, why do you think it's that? Because AR stands for assault rifle. So I purposely do this as a joke, just to fuck with these two, because I know it gets them so much. It's funny to do.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know, the AR and AR-15 stands for Armor Light Rifle, Armor Light being the material that the rifle itself is made out of.
Bam. Alright. So I was watching this toy creation video, and it's like, and the guy is sitting down in front of the camera, and he's just like, okay, so I want, like, this video is out to YouTube real quick. Why, though? And it goes like, he's just showing proof that YouTube asked him to take down a video, because since most of his most of his video, like, his audiences are children, between the age of 13 to 16, they asked him, so, you included a knife in one of your videos because he was cutting open the box. He's like, I can't really find my scissors, so I'm just going to use this knife real quick. And he did so safely. He cut away from him, he made sure no one was around him, and he went through said safety steps. And YouTube asked him to take down the video because he used a knife.
Oh, man.
I'm going to start making unboxing videos about Barbie. And just one day I'm like, ah, fuck. Can't find my knife or my scissors, so I'm just use my dick real quick.
It's like, oh, I'd make a video like, oh, I can't find my knife, my scissors, my box cutter. I know how to open this. Throw the Barbie outside. AR-15. This'll get it done. Trigger everyone instantly. I don't give a fuck. I will do it.
I was actually waiting for that to happen.
Like,
I can't seem to open this. Here, let me grab my AR-15.
let me
Alright,
let me open this
bitch
fucker up. Let me overkill this shit right quick.
Hey, open the box with the tape still not quite off. Yo, Blade, bring it around. I'll bring out the fucking 50 caliber. Like, I got you, mate.
And then I just pop out the door. No, I got this. And then I come in with a tank.
It's just
Where the fuck did you get a tank from?
don't ask. Don't ask, don't
internet.
tell.
If people know what we're talking about, we were having a bit of fun earlier, and we were just kind of shit-talking each other. So, myself, Sin, and Fear, we didn't grow up together. We were online friends, and we clicked immediately. We became amazing friends. So we were talking earlier. I think it was like early this morning, like 3,
Yeah, it was
4
like
a.m. something
yeah.
like that.
Like I had just got off work.
And there's this video of this what if the school shooter was a math tutor or some shit? And he's like, if my Glock holds 15 rounds, he starts pulling it out. How
And
many
I
of this
have
life
3
will go down?
clips. How many people can I kill before I run out of ammo? I find that video hilarious. Granted,
yeah,
it
we all
is
do.
extremely politically incorrect, and I don't condone gun violence in any way. But just the way the video was made and shot, it was a really good. It was a well-made video. It was a joke, and it was a well-made video, and it was satire. But you know what would happen if that video was put on YouTube? It would be taken down immediately.
Instagram though, would give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I might give a
Instagram,
shit. I might give
it
a
only
fuck.
gets worse.
Yeah,
But so what happens? We're talking, and it's like, what if actually happened to us? And it's like, oh, you call that a gun? Here's a gun. Like Fear over here pulls out his AR-15. It's like, oh, that's cute. This is a gun. I'll pull out an M60E4, which is pretty much the M60 packing explosive cartridge.
Now, this is
Then
while...
Claire comes out of nowhere.
Hold on. This is while also a school shooter comes in, like, trying to pose a threat with, like, his little handgun with his little Glock. And then Fear's like, oh, you call that a gun? Here, let me just grab my AR-15. And then it proceeds to Blade going, oh, that's cute. Here, M60. And I'm just like, no. This is a real gun. And then I just pop in and I just crash into the cafeteria with a tank. And he's just like, where the fuck did they get a tank?
yeah. Like I honestly feel bad for people who are probably thinking we're being completely serious, talking about, oh yeah, we'd bring guns to school. I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems and giving a shit ain't one.
Me with my M60, I got 98 problems, but ammo ain't one.
You got 15 rounds in your clip, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems and missing a round ain't one.
And that one is pointing straight at your head. Or pointing at your ass to give you a new asshole.
The first 15, but the next
I'll get you eventually.
135 might.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly feel bad for the people who are listening.
I also have multiple clips.
I feel bad for
back,
people.
3 clips in it.
I feel bad for people who think we're completely serious about this. It's like, no, come on. If you can't tell that we're joking right now, please stop watching. You're just gonna get even more triggered the further we go.
You will not last during this podcast.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, so all of us are already graduates. We've been out of school. We don't have anything to do with school. We just do this. We just talk about shit like this just for fun, just because, well, we also have a sick, twisted sense of humor.
Exactly.
Now with us, we don't even take each other serious like 98% of the time. Now, if we actually say, okay, seriously, and then seriously, I gotta say something, then that's when they're like, okay, if they're saying that, then yes, there's something serious to say. But most of the time, we're just like, fuck you, or Blade's casual comment of, eat my ass.
Yeah. So,
Sometimes I don't even know when I say it. It just like comes out so naturally at this point. I
Hey
just forget I
guys,
say it immediately
eat my
afterwards.
ass.
yeah, I had, God, what was it? What was I gonna say? You guys continue on with the chit chat. I'll remember what I was saying eventually.
Real quick, I'm gonna turn this podcast into a food testing thing real quick.
Food porn.
I'm gonna fuck this Swiss roll. Anyway, so like there's like, hold up, I don't know, I can't see the box from here. They're either like Hostess or Little Debbie's, but they're these Irish like shamrock mint Swiss rolls. And I'm gonna try it right now. It smells like ass.
Oh
but
man.
I eat ass, so I should be fine. Ladies, hit me up. No.
Blade, can you fucking not? I'm fixing to slap you.
Please.
I've got 99 problems, but eating the bushi like groceries ain't one.
I'm fixing to slap you. Oh god, please, dude. It'll be the most action I ever got in years.
Oh, guys, come on now. I don't. I talk about getting banned from YouTube and Twitch a lot, but please, I don't actually want to. I don't actually want to get banned.
He gets removed, not us.
God, I can see it now. Yeah, you either stop doing the podcast or we delete your channel. It's like, well, can't do the podcast anymore, guys. It was a good run.
We'll do it on my channel.
It was a good
2 episodes.
A solid 2 episodes.
Twitch noticed us immediately. Hey, these we must have had someone's attention if they've already noticed that, and we're only in the 2nd episode, and none of us have any subscribers or followers.
I have a few followers, you fuck. Insult me, why don't
who?
you?
Yeah,
Come
one
on,
of
my
your
friends.
followers is me, because I just
and me,
because I just subscribed a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me.
I could always unsubscribe.
Oh, you fuck! Please no.
I cherish your opinion. Well, I would like to say fuck you. I'm gonna unsubscribe.
No, please. Come on now. Come on now.
Hey now, hey, no, hey,
Whoa,
hey,
whoa.
no.
That's crossing the
Let's
line,
not be
sir.
hasty
That's
here.
crossing the line.
Let's not be hasty here.
Right. So the thing I'm eating, the shamrock thing, doesn't taste good. It's okay, but for something that jokes about the Irish, well, I guess you can say like tradition, it tastes like ass.
Maybe it's because you gotta be drunk to eat it. That could be possible. You know.
Joke's on you,
Joke's on you, I'm already fucked up.
I'm already slammed, bro. I'll be honest. So I was walking through the Walmart on St. Patty's Day, and I'll be real honest. I was just waiting for someone to pinch me so I could uppercut them. Like either it be kid, mother, wife, old grandma, or grandpa, I didn't care. The moment someone pinched me that day, I was gonna uppercut him. I was ready to. Then like every time I walked by someone, I was ready to just turn to, "You what, mate?"
You fucking what? You having a giggle? I'll fucking bash you, mate.
You fucking having a giggle, mate? Well, fucking bash your head on. I swear on me, mum.
Oh. Yeah, so I completely lost my train of thought. I was about to bring something up, and it's gone. That train is all the way at fuck thatville right now.
One of these days when I'm older, like I'm done like my 95s, but I lived to be that long. The last Irish day I have, I'm gonna spray paint my dick. And the moment someone asks me, "Where's your green at?" Oh, you shouldn't have asked that.
No, you shouldn't have said
I'll
anything.
my wrinkly old man penis be flying the Irish colors.
Taste the rainbow, bitch.
Oh
The
man.
green peener tastes the rainbow.
No. I'll give you some luck.
Oh man.
It ain't
I'll
gold
give you
on the
some
end of
luck
that
for my
rainbow.
for my dangling Lucky Charms.
Fucking kids always after me, Lucky Charms.
Oh whoa. Oh.
Oh.
Too far.
That kind of crossed the line, yo.
Cross the line. I'll have you know, it wouldn't mean shit if we were playing Cards Against Humanity. By the way, next episode.
Oh man. Oh man.
Blade, behave. Fucking behave, damn it.
Now.
Like Alice said, suck me off.
So,
You know what I like though? Cheez-Its.
Jesus is pretty good.
Meow, bitch.
So, let's talk about games.
So by the way, Markiplier, I know you've never watched this video, but your recent Moo video, thank you. It speaks to my soul. Especially the part where it has the little
Dad,
like
I don't
house
know
that-
about this.
You're doing great, son.
Move, bitch.
That's my boy. Like, out of everything, that is by far my favorite part because it speaks to me as I would be as a father. I don't know about
Move,
that. You're
bitch.
doing great,
That's
son.
boy.
So, I'm
Move,
looking
bitch,
at my
That's my boy.
I'm looking at my game cabinet right now, you know, looking at all my games, and I realize I have some bad games. I'll admit that. I have some great games.
Destiny.
I'm getting there. I'm gonna go down the line real quick. I want to talk about For Honor. I don't know if you guys ever played For Honor. It was the mainly PvP game based on the Viking, Samurai, and Knight. That game died out so quick. And it was such a great game. It's a travesty that it happened. I'm realizing now I say travesty a lot. Whatever, I don't give a shit.
What's the word of the day, Fear? Travesty.
Eat my ass. So, I'm looking at For Honor, and I'm just thinking, man, it would be great to be able to play that game again, but I realize the player base just isn't there anymore. There's no reason to play it. Going down the line a little bit, I see Dark Souls 2. Ugh, Dark Souls 2. Why? Why? That's all I'm gonna say. And then I get to Destiny. Destiny 1 specifically. That game was amazing. I loved that game. I probably have more hours in that game than any other game, period.
Kill yourself.
But the thing is, when you get done with the content,
Kill me,
you
please.
get done with the content, there's really nothing else to do. Of course, there was the grind for the perfect year,
Instead
but
of, like,
I never
okay,
went
so,
in that.
okay, I'll be honest. I spent over a few hundred hours on Destiny. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed the game too. But as I said, like, the grind was great. But once you got past the grind, once you've like literally spent like blood, sweat, and tears getting everything you wanted, you just kind of sit in town square and do emotes all day,
yeah.
and hoping someone either asks you for help or notices you and joins you. And that's all you have to look forward to.
And that is my issue with Destiny 2. Destiny 2 should have just been another expansion for Destiny 1, in all honesty. It should have just been a whole nother expansion, because I finished everything in Destiny 2 in the beginning in 2 months. Did the raid, did everything, and
Not even
there was
2
no
months.
grind.
I completely maxed out Destiny 2 in the first 2 weeks it was out. Then as new content came out, it took me hours to beat it.
Yeah. The expansion 1 came out, and I was like, oh, cool, I can finally go back to this and enjoy it. I spent 2 days and did everything in it, and realized, well, there's no point in playing this, so I'll put it down, and I haven't played it since. And honestly, I feel bad for it, because what Bungie is doing to the game is awful. They literally put so much good content in at the end of Destiny 1, and then decided when they came out with Destiny 2, we're gonna take all that away. Why? Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense.
Back when I played Destiny, I played it with a friend, and he was recommending me the game. He's like, you should get the game. And I was like, alright, let's see what I can do to try to get it. So I made a deal with one of his friends. Now this is probably stupid, but I don't care. It got me the game for free. Me and this guy played Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. I traded him basically every Exodia-based card that there was, like all alternate versions, everything to get this game. I got in the game, and when I played it, the game was fun. I enjoyed it a bit, but then as soon as I beat the story, I got the first DLC. What was it? The Dark Below was the first one.
Yeah, Dark Below.
Beat that one, and then I started losing my interest in the game, and it's like, this is just becoming the same shit over and over. What's the fun in this? So I ended up uninstalling it and hadn't touched it in years. And then, or like maybe a year or so, and then I reinstalled it. I was like, I'll give it another try. Tried playing it again, got bored of it and uninstalled it. And then I had this one dude fucking message me. He's like, why aren't you playing Destiny? I was like, cause I don't want to. I'd rather play this game. It's like, but you need to play Destiny. It's the greatest game ever. It's like, no, it's not. The game's putting me to sleep. Fuck you. I ain't gonna live on fucking Destiny when it's just a run, shoot, grind, farm, fucking everything. That's just snore.
Yeah.
If you make a game, I was really looking forward to Destiny 2 because they came out and said we are going to fix all the problems of the first game, and in said list that they concluded with is they will fix the leveling thing. If you don't know, Destiny, the first Destiny was released in sections, and by the last DLC, that was supposed to be the full game. Coming out years later. I think every year they released them part of the game by percentage. I think the first game was only 23, 25%. Then they released DLCs that include that percentage of the actual game they planned to make. Then they got to Destiny 2. I was really looking forward to it, and it was going strong, but then I noticed the almost immediate level cap of just 20, and I was like, okay, I'm okay with that. But then the lack of everything going on, it's just like, what?
Yeah, you go to the worlds, and I mean, you go to the different planets and the areas, and there's fun things to do, but once you do them once, it's the same thing over and over again. And
don't get me wrong, Destiny 2 is beautiful.
It's a great game.
I'll be honest, most of my first beginning, my first beginning 100 hours was just me walking around looking like a dumbass, taking screenshots of every little thing.
And when before I found out that the trailer to Destiny 2 was Destiny 2, when I saw the trailer of it where it was doing the space battle and everything, I'm sitting going, wow, this game looks fucking pretty cool. I might actually get this game. What is it called? Then I found out it was Destiny 2, and I'm sitting going, are you fucking kidding me? It's Destiny? But when I read the reviews to the game, or not reviews, the Game Informers for Destiny 2 before it released, Bungie admitted that one of the problems with Destiny was the lack of story. They apologized that it was that was one of the problems, and so they were going to fix that. But still to this day, I'm having very hard time convincing myself to even play Destiny again after the fact that the first one was just garbage. It was just a mixture of Halo, Borderlands, bunch of those other games combined with an MMO and shit of trying to make it a great game, but
Yeah.
garbage.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Destiny 2. I enjoyed playing it. It was a fun game. It was a great game, even. But it just didn't have enough content. It didn't have the same amount of content Destiny 1 had. And it annoyed me. It annoyed me a lot. And now they're talking about changing all these other things, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem like I'm gonna go back to it.
And a game that another popular game that everyone says it's the greatest, but when I tried it myself and didn't like, you motherfuckers can hate me for this all you want. I honestly could not give a flying fuck about it. The one game I could not get into at all is Elder Scrolls Skyrim. I played that game myself. I only played the game for like maybe a solid 30 minutes to an hour before I turned it off and uninstalled it and never touched it again. The game was just terrible to me. People say, oh, your first 30 minutes or so is going to be character creation. Fucking took me 5 minutes to make a character in that game. Try again. So I'm walking around and it's irrelevant to me. I couldn't stand it. Now I know others put in like 10,000 hours into the game because, oh, it's really fun. You can do so much. Yay, kill a dragon. Guess what? 10 more. Kill a dragon. Oh, yay, look, there's more. Yay, yay, fuck you, I don't care. So when people sit there and going on how great the game is, I'm sitting going, okay, wake me up when you're done talking about it. Because I'm just going to pass out. And so since I couldn't get into the Elder Scrolls games, that's when one of my friends, he has the same taste in games as I do. And so he was telling me about Elder Scrolls Online. So I'm like, I can give that game a try. If him and I have like the same taste in games, then maybe I can actually give Elder Scrolls Online a try. So I'm sitting there playing Elder Scrolls Online 5, or not, 5, what the fuck. So I'm giving Elder Scrolls Online a try because an ex-friend of mine says that he's going to get me the game, and he actually did, so I installed it and been playing it. The game's put me to sleep because doing the story quest, normally story quests will get you massive EXP to level up. The story quests are giving you hardly jack shit of EXP, and then they're like, oh, a friend showed me this way that helps level you up faster. And it's like, okay, let's try that. And surely enough, content other than story is giving you like 10 times more EXP than the story. And it's like, what the fuck is this? What sense is this where side things are giving you more than the story? But I end up getting practically bored of the game and decided not to play it much anymore because every single day I would get a message from ex-friend going, play ESO, play ESO, ESO, ESO. You need to catch up with us on ESO. You need to catch up with us on ESO. Yeah, sure. I'm like level 7 while y'all are like fucking level 200. Yeah, I need to catch up. How? I can't play the game 24/7 when I have this thing called real life. Yeah, so He throws a fit because I'm not spending my life on ESO when I have more important shit to do. So he ends up deleting me, blocking me, all because he can't have his way. And I'm like, well, fuck you then, bitch.
So going back to what Blade said, I remembered my train of thought earlier. Blade was saying how he enjoyed watching toy unboxings. That's perfectly fine. I can agree with that. Some of them are really good. But me, I'm a big Dungeons and Dragons nerd, World of Darkness, whole 9 yards. I love anything role playing pretty much. What really gets me going is sitting down and watching someone paint a new D&D miniature. That shit is completely insane to me, boggles my mind. The finesse and the amount of expertise you have to paint a mini is crazy to me. And I don't think I'll ever be able to paint a mini because, well, my hands tremble. So I honestly can't paint or draw anything anymore because of this. It bothers me a little bit, but I realize, you know, I suck at drawing and painting anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But one thing that I'll always enjoy is buying pre-painted minis and getting that big brick and opening it up and seeing, oh man, what's in this one? You know, what am I gonna get? What minis am I gonna get? And opening it and realizing, oh my god, I don't have this one. It's one of the greatest things ever. Just sitting there opening it up and seeing, oh, I don't have this one, I don't have this one. I have this one, but, you know, it's one of the more common ones. Commonly used monsters, and I'll definitely need this at some point. That kind of stuff, that kind of content, I like watching on YouTube. Or on Twitch, what have you. But, you don't see it a whole lot.
There's actually another thing that I'm pretty sure a lot of people could possibly have similar thoughts on. Y'all have heard of Screw Attack, right?
Yeah?
I'm gonna screw you.
The death battles that they've done, how some of them, how they're actually like legit reasonings, but then there's others that they've done that just, that it's like they didn't even try to do so at all. That they didn't try to do anything of it accurately at all. Like, for instance, one of the ones is that I saw that really made me go, what the fuck are y'all even doing on this, is let's see, they did, where's the video? Oh yeah, there was one. They did a Starscream from Transformers versus that one fucking pony thing. And apparently a pony that can probably go up to one's weight can beat a robot that is like 100 times bigger than it. I'm saying, how the fuck is this possible when he can just step on the pony like a bug? It blows my mind on the amount of sheer stupidity that some of these death battles are. However, one of the greatest death battles I've ever seen, and I am not sorry for this, is the Pikachu versus Blanca. That is by far one of the greatest videos I've ever seen in my life. Because Blanca ends it in the greatest way ever. When the two clash using their lightning abilities, Blanca just grabs Pikachu, bites off his head, and eats his head, then throws his body into a blender, powers it on using his electricity, shredding Pikachu into shreds, and then opens up the blender and just drinks Pikachu's remains and wins.
Man, yeah.
I just thought that was funny as hell.
So I believe this will be a little bit shorter. Anyone have anything else to add?
Mm-mm.
You know what I hate? I remember when I was in high school and middle school, and I feel like everyone's gone through this. And teachers just come out, you feel like, I go to the bathroom real quick. They're like, I don't know, can you? Be like, if I don't go to the bathroom, I'm gonna pee in your coffee.
Oh, here's a good trigger that I fucking hate this. It is whenever you have those kids in school that thinks that they're so hot shit that while they're like arguing with her or arguing with you, they will sit there and clap their hands like, fucking do something. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh,
Like those kids that are like, you don't know me.
I'm like, you're right, I don't know you, and quite frankly, I don't care.
Oh my god, I've met so many of those kind of kids that I wanted to punch, and most of them I did actually, except one.
Oh, I hate it when they do the clapping and while they're talking, and it's like, please stop. God. Ugh.
Alright, so I know last week I talked about my job a little bit, working at a grocery store.
Oh God, I remember that.
I must say this. Out of all the bad shit I talked about, there's some good in there too. I'm a straight male, so of course I enjoy seeing good-looking women come in and, you know, do their shopping. I'm not gonna sit there and stare at them and stalk them through the store. That's creepy, but I do take note and say, oh, there's a nice one, and move on with my life.
So what do you find a good-looking guy and sat there going, damn, I wish I was gay?
No. Complete opposite. There may be those really good-looking women that come in, but Jesus Christ, are there not some fucking horrendous Shrek monsters that come in too? And this one woman walks by me, and I almost throw up. Not only does she look like fucking Shrek, I'm being completely serious. Like she fucking smells worse than Shrek.
God.
She walks by me.
She is the swamp.
Yeah. She walks by me and I almost throw up in my mouth. It's so bad. So I have to walk away from what I'm doing and go to the back so I could throw up. And my manager's like, what's going on? I'm like, man, you don't want to know. Because you'll be sitting here throwing up in this trash can as well. And he's like, oh, is it that bad? I'm like, yeah, it's that bad. And, yeah, sometimes people just disgust me.
Oh, here's a good one. I hate working in retail. You see some shit that you wish you could unsee. One of the times I was a cashier for Walmart, again, who in a sense who hasn't worked at that fucking place. But while I was working there, the one thing I hated was when the customers paying for their stuff. I mean, I understand it might be a good spot for the ladies to put like their wallet or their phone inside their bra. That way they don't have to carry around so much stuff. But god damn it, why do you have to put your your bills and your bra in the fucking summer when it's hot as balls outside and it's covered in sweat, and then they just go, here's my money, and then hand you the money, and you're just like, sweaty bra money. Ew.
Nah, that's when you pull out the change from under your nut. Because, alright, I only got a... Alright, so you need like $2 in change? I have it in pennies. Just reach under there and start digging.
Sweaty boob money is... Ugh. Gross.
Like, I understand some people have that kind of sweat kink, but if you aren't their lover, don't think they like your sweat.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
I'm happy I'm not a cashier, because I'd go off on a motherfucker.
I don't have like a scent fetish, but I do enjoy the natural scent my girlfriend gives off. But that doesn't mean that like anybody walks in who smells like her. That doesn't mean I'm gonna grab you by the boob juice.
Yeah. What I hate is when you get found out. You know, you're checking someone out, and you get found out, and then they come at you like, oh my god, why are you looking at me? You're raping me with your eyes. It's like, no,
Your
I'm just
titties are out.
Yeah, it's like, you come in here with these tight-ass leggings, and V-neck with no bra on, and you bend over to pick up an item, and your titty almost falls out. That's not my fault. I'm gonna look at that, alright?
I'm a guy.
I'm a guy. It doesn't matter.
Females are gonna look too.
Exactly. People are gonna look at you. You dressed that way for a reason. You wanted people to look at you. Now, I'm not saying that's the case with every woman, but come on, you know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. Own up to it, girl. Jeez. Don't be afraid.
And then there is the occasional customers that you run into that, like, while you're doing your job, you see, like, some of those men that will sit there, and I understand that you have that innocence that you don't care who sees what, but please think about other people. Don't come in like, if you got a beer stomach from like doing nothing but drinking beer, please don't come in with a button-up shirt but completely unbuttoned, having your hairy ass chest and your stomach hanging out.
Oh god.
That's just...
No,
don't do that in
please,
public.
yeah.
That's just disgusting. Do it at home when you're around like your people and all, that's fine. Feel free to do that all you want. But don't go to public like that. It's all I ask. Ugh. Ugh.
For me, it's more like, I'm okay. Like, if you like, I'm not saying everybody's ugly, but if you are ugly, but you're confident about it, like, yeah, I know I'm ugly, but at least I'm still beautiful in some ways. Own up to that shit. But if you're an overly confident person, and you were, like, you stink really bad, you're ugly as shit, literally, sometimes, and, like, you come in thinking nothing of your personal thing, but you're saying, I'm a beautiful black woman and I know it. No, you ain't. I can smell you from across the mall. They have the air vents cause of you.
You smell like
man.
a horse's dead ass. Jesus Christ. Go shower.
Like, yeah, like, be confident
I'm
with your...
about to beat you, the dead horse.
Yeah, like, be confident. Be confident about yourself. Yeah, go ahead. But know your damn limits, alright?
Right?
Please.
The human mind can only cover so much.
And it cannot cover that damn.
Have you ever thought you were freaky, then went to the wrong side of the internet, then realized there's freakier things than you in the world, and you physically recoiled? That's what I'm talking about. If you see someone and physically recoil, and they're overly confident about you physically recoiling, no, that's not confident. That is not confidence. That is just being okay with smelling and looking like shit. And if, like, I don't know what, like, I'll be honest, like, I'm gonna go real deep real quick. I don't know what you've been through to get to that point in your life, but I can tell you that just because your life is bad doesn't mean you have to make other people suffer because of your ass stank. Just like as like Fear said earlier, like when like he's had to stop something because when he was working, someone walked by who smelled so bad they physically recoiled and just like, oh my god. Like, if you've gone to that point, there's ways to take a shower. Like, shit. If it gets to the point where that you would smell better bathing in a sewer, then you need to check yourself.
Yeah, this woman was like that. She'd smell much better
I'm glad that people also consider their hygiene and all that, and they want to smell good, but there's another thing. It's called overdosage on cologne or perfume. Because I can't tell you how many times I've almost suffocated from the overdosage on perfume. Men do it too. I know they do, but it just seems a bit overkill when some women overdo it on a perfume. That, like, back when I was in, it was maybe my freshman year in high school. It might have been my sophomore year. I was in my science class, and I guess it smelled bad so much to this lady that she sat there and go, oh, it stinks. Oh, it still stings. Oh, God, it still stings. And she's just spraying so much, and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, I find that women are a little more guilty. A little more guilty of overdoing it with perfume than men are. I'm not saying all the time.
Alright.
But more often than not, it's a woman.
Like, we're not trying to sing a woman out, but it's true. Like, I can freely admit to them, like, most people I hear and smell, like, doing that overdose stuff, it's usually females. And I understand that, like, there's some people with very sensitive nose, one being myself, is that you can smell, like, for people like me, you can smell when someone's on their period. And you don't, like, really care because it's natural. And I can understand wanting, like, some people being sensitive to that and wanting to cover it up. but don't make it to where you're a walking perfume store.
Yeah.
Dude,
I hate when I go to the
so
mall
strongly.
and walk by those people and they ask you, do you want to smell? And I'm like, no, and then they spray you anyway. Fuck you. Fuck you. I told you I don't want to smell. I don't want to sample. Fucking leave me alone. Yeah? Please.
I just straight shot him. He's like, oh, you want to sample? I'm like, no. He sprayed me right in the face. And I was like, nah, fam, and I punched him.
There's some brands of cologne that I like. And if someone offers me, hey, you know, would you like to try a sample? I'm like, yeah, sure. Don't spray me in the face. Don't spray my chest. Here, just drip a little bit on my hand, and I'll smell it. But as soon as you spray my face, or you spray it on my body, I am going to deck you.
We gonna throw down, boy.
Yeah, like that's almost as bad. Doing that shit's almost as bad as
want
spitting in my face.
If I want to have cologne or perfume on, I will
I'll
put it
wear
on
it.
myself. If it's going to be a sample, do it on the wrist, on my hand, or something. But if I want to apply it myself, I will do it myself on my own body, asshole.
Yeah.
That's like having someone you don't know put on a condom for you.
Oh, yeah, that. Ooh. Yeah, that.
Hey, but don't worry, buddy. I got your back. Just let me put this condom on for you.
No, you're going like you're going down on your woman. You're about to put it in. She's like, wait, where's your condom? So like, if her father comes in, yo, I got you, brother.
mate.
Smack on ya.
No, instant boner killer right there. Like, I'm sorry, baby, I can't do this.
Actually, depending on how her father looks, I don't know, man.
Whoa, this
Hey,
goes
man, you
somewhere
want to
else.
join us?
I'll be straight up.
No.
There was this one girl I dated, and I'll be honest. Like one day she asked me, "You think my father's cute?" And I'm just like, "Oh my god, yes." Would you cheat on me with him? And I'm like, honestly, yeah. And she's like, I can understand because I commit incest with him. And I'm just like, all right.
All right, I'm
Because he was damn, like, damn. Like, so you know those supermodels with the really hot fathers? Like, you think the son's already extremely hot, and he's a supermodel even. But then you see their parent, and they're just like, nah, I see where you get it from. That's how hot he looked.
Shit.
Damn.
Yeah. I've had a couple girlfriends where I'm looking at their mom like, I would cheat on you with your mother while your dad watched.
Right?
And while you and your dad watched.
Shit,
yeah,
join in if you want, but I'll
be guilty enough to go. Fuck.
right, just, fuck, that's tight.
Yeah.
If I could just have like one smack, please let me smack that ass. Oh my
daddy.
god.
Yeah.
Blake, didn't we just have a talk before the beginning of the podcast and not make any daddy jokes?
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
We had this fucking conversation.
I can't. I just, like, it was too out there. So,
Be a good boy or I'm telling your girlfriend on you.
oh shit.
Oh, damn.
Fuck.
Claire went there.
She watches these live streams anyway, so I mean,
Oh,
Like, if
well,
you
don't
you're
tell
probably
her
already in the
eventually-
doghouse.
right? She's watching right now.
You
I
fucking
have my
what,
phone
mate?
off. I have my computer closed.
I just
I'll
Tell
you know,
myself-
just in
You'll
chat
hear
right now.
You'll hear fears go off right now.
My chat just fucking explodes. Like, what the fuck you just
Put me
say?
up to the mic. Who is this? Put me up to the mic. Okay.
Oh,
Blade. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
I am good boy.
I am a good boy.
Oh. All
Oh,
right.
no. So you know what's weird?
What?
7-Eleven slushy machines.
Are always out of
Or any
order
gas
when you
station
want
slushy
one.
machine. Nah, they like the one up by like the one up by like the one I live by. I live by like 3 or 2, 2 or 3, 3 or 2. Anyway,
Get your shit together.
the one I live by, it's a nice 7-Eleven. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But every time I go up there to get a slushie, I'll go in there like, okay, cherry was out last time. I'm gonna go in for cotton candy. Go in there. Guess what's out? Cotton candy. And I'll just be like, fuck. And I'll get emotional about it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're always out of order.
To me.
They're always out of order on the ones that you want.
Walking out with a big gulp slushy. Cherry, how could this happen to me?
Oh, okay, here's another thing. The fucking ice cream machine at goddamn McDonald's.
Those motherfuckers are lying every time. They're lying every time.
No, it's actually like I live by McDonald's, and I've actually Fear is right when he says this. I went up there and I asked, "So is it really broken, or do you just not know how to make one?" And they looked at me like, "I don't know how to make one." I'm just like, "Bruh,
come on now."
You take a cone, my guy.
You take a cone.
You pull the knob down.
You play
and
with the lever to go
the cone while it fills up the ice cream.
And you know what?
What?
If you give me a little extra, that's okay.
Did they not teach you this shit? Did your parents not teach you this shit when you went to get ice cream cones at the house or at a fucking place? God damn it.
Burger King though, Burger King is lit. They will just not just fill your cone, but they will overflow it in a good sense.
Dude,
like I've never looked at an ice cream cone and went, God damn.
Alright, so I have a Dairy Queen, and it's like 20 minutes away from my house. And
Same.
And back when I just graduated from high school, like I knew a lot of people that worked there. And so I'm like, hey, yeah, I want a chocolate dipped vanilla cone. And they're like, all right, I got you, fam. So you know how normally they have the rule where it's like 3, where it's like you make you pull it down 3 times to make it do the Q. One dude would always do 6, and he'd have to remake it 4 times because he'd go to dip it in the chocolate and all the ice cream would fall off and pull it up and there'd be nothing there. He's like, alright, well, that happened. I'm like, don't worry about it, man. And he'd always charge me half price for it, for double the amount of ice cream I was supposed to get.
Yo, you know what's chill though? Like, there's always employees that know they fuck up. Then there's those employees that deny they fucked up. Like, if I ask for sweet tea, no ice, I expect no ice. Don't give me like an iced tea, and I'm like, oh, look at this nice sweet tea.
Half the cup is filled with ice.
And I'll be like 3 sips in, not gulps, but 3 sips in through the straw, and I'll be out. And I'll be like, what? I'll fucking crack open the lid expecting to find no ice, but no, it's ice. And they only filled the cup up like half full. I stormed into McDonald's that day as well. I was like, what the fuck is this supposed to be? Slammed my receipt down that said, sweet tea, no ice. And I was like, what is this shit?
It's a receipt. Yeah. But no, what I was talking about with the thing of McDonald's ice cream machine is, so back when I was working at McDonald's, not McDonald's, I've never worked in that fucking place, thank God. But back when I was working in Walmart, and I would get off at like maybe 11 o'clock or 12, and I would go over to McDonald's and try to get like a hot fudge sundae or something like that. It's like, I get hot fudge sundae. Oh, our ice cream machine's closed. And it's like, oh really, what time does it usually close? Midnight. And it's like, okay, so if it's a specific time, then that's fine. But there would be times that I would get off at like 10 or so, and then go over there, because I know there's still plenty of time before it closes. And it's like, oh, our ice cream machine's closed. It's like 10:30. There's no way. It's like, well, we closed it down already because it's having problems. Come in Next time, oh, it's broken. Come in. Oh, we shut it down early.
Yeah, they're always lying.
No, you know what's fucked? I went into Dairy Queen once, and I laid down 20, and I was like, "Aye, so this is gonna be an order. I want you to personally make, all right?" And the guy behind the counter was like, "I got you." And like, this is chill. I've met him a few times at Dairy Queen. He's always been good to me, and I trust him to make my ice cream. I'm okay. That's gonna be a custom order, all right? And he's like, "I got you, fam." I was like, "Don't chip me on anything." And he's like, "Don't worry, I got you." And then I gave him the list of what I wanted, and he was writing it down. It's like, okay, this is easy shit to make. He walks away, and then I hear commotion in the back. His manager comes out and says, "Sorry, our ice cream machine's broken." I got so pissed. I yelled at him, "Then how the fuck are you still in business?"
Oh, yeah, that.
Anyway, excuse me. Just gonna leave the podcast because I'm gonna rest. I have a little bit of a headache, so thank you for having me and have a lovely podcast.
Yep, you take it
To
easy.
be honest, I forgot they were there.
Rude.
Alright, see you later.
Oh no. Okay, I'm
Sometimes
sorry.
I forget that I have people I love.
No. Okay, I'm sorry.
What?
So I've just been streaming Monster Hunter this entire time, just doing nothing, and then I decided, oh hey, let's go find Devil Joe. And I just got my shit pushed in.
First gameplay they see you get absolutely destroyed.
Well, I was just running around hunting other
We're off
monsters.
to a great start.
Yeah.
Nah, so like, I'll be honest, a few days ago, I was laying in bed, and I was like, do I really want to get up? Nah, I'm good, no one loves me. And I laid there for a good 5 minutes, and I was like, oh shit. Never mind.
Yeah.
I forget all the time that I either have lover, like if I have my girlfriend, sometimes I forget that I have her, not because I don't like her or I don't love her. It's just that I'm so used to like straight up being like, oh, I don't have to get up. No one's expecting me to get on today. I don't have to make any plans. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, don't get me wrong, I love talking to her. She falls asleep on call all the time, and I find it absolutely adorable. And I'd prefer, like, no, I prefer. I don't mind sleeping on call with her for the simple fact is, it's a lot easier to sleep because, like, for some odd reason, when I'm on call with somebody, I'm a very light sleeper. And from previous experiences with exes or a few experiences with her, is that she'd wake up and have night terrors, or like have nightmares and wake up freaking out. And because of this, me suddenly being a light sleeper while on call with them, I suddenly bounced up like, "Nani? You what, mate?"
Oh my wa.
Appears inside dream. Ooh, Shinderu punches nightmare. You what, mate? And it helped, like, personally it helps me sleep. Like, I have trouble staying asleep. I'll wake up multiple times throughout the night. Or simply won't sleep, and I'll just sit there staring at the ceiling titty, getting turned on by said ceiling titty. But on a call with her, I'm okay with it, and it helps me sleep. But currently all she has is a phone. So, she can't really do that anymore. Because her phone will overheat. But at the same time, like, I'm just sitting here like, I love talking to her. Like, every time she wants to talk to me, I'm always instantly there, or I try to be. Or,
Chunky.
or, like, when she wants to play a game with me, I'm instantly there. Like, there was one time I was playing Monster Hunter World, and I was helping a friend, and we were in deep. I was only keeping us alive, and I felt my phone vibrate. I'm like, before we catch up to him,
Give it everything.
because he was falling asleep. I had both the trank bombs and the trap, and I told my friend not to worry about it because I would do it, and he had to capture it. And so when I heard my phone vibrate, turned over, she had sent me a message. Hey, we should play Resident Evil 6 together. Without even thinking about my friend, I logged off Monster Hunter. And he just sends me a message, yo dude, where you at though? Where you at though? And I was like, was I playing with you? He's like, yeah, I have no way to capture this beast now. And I'm like, oh shit, man. Better luck next time then. And I just left him in the dust. And like, don't get me wrong. Like, I believe when it happened, she felt kind of bad because she didn't know I was in the middle of something. Because she doesn't like taking me away from everything, and I think it's adorable. The fact is, I abandoned my own mother's funeral to talk to her. Like, I would abandon my own mother's funeral to talk to her, which she would never let me do. But just to put into perspective, I would. And to see her like think like she's pulling me or bugging me or something like that, I find it hilarious. Like, bugging me, it's either this, looking for jobs, which I've already found, or sit in the back room and masturbate against a wall.
Yep.
So yeah.
I'm envious. You know, I'm living that hashtag single life. Ladies, hit me up.
Hit 'em up.
Ladies, hit 'em up,
real.
or it's like ladies hit them up, or maybe dudes too.
Maybe, I don't know. It's okay.
Guys, if you're looking into it.
I'm at the point in my life where I need someone to take me out, either on a date or with a high-powered sniper rifle. Surprise me, please.
And also, Blade has another friend that he says he's not looking for a man, but you know, if you're looking for one, then please feel free to hit him up.
I have a friend. He doesn't care about his real name getting out there. His name is Matthew. Gamer tag OG Predator Gamer. Hashtag sellout. He also got a YouTube channel. Granted, he hasn't posted in a few years, but he has one. But like, so he's been living the hashtag single life for a bit. He was dating my ex little sister. Me and her got into it. I told her to fuck off. She told me to fuck off too, and we just went on our ways. But she broke up with him for like a while ago. He's been living this hashtag single life, and he asked my help to find him a girlfriend again because it was me who originally got him with said girl. And I was like, all right, that's okay. So I went away. And I came back, and I had a few people lined up, but the female to male ratio that I found was staggeringly for men. Like, out of the 30 or so people I had, 27 of them were men. Kid you not. And so recently, like, I had no luck with the girls, and since Matthew's straight, I couldn't offer the guys. So every time Matthew complains about being single, I'm like, I can get your dick sucked, but it just won't be a lovely lady friend to do so. He tells me to fuck off, but one of these days, he'll cave. I'm waiting for that message, or like when he pulls me away to talk, and just like, okay, Dustin, I'm time to butt fuck. And I'm just like, I got you.
One of these days, man. One of these days.
One of these
eventually.
days he'll be gay.
Or at least bisexual, you never
He either
know.
mans up himself and gets himself a girlfriend, or he eventually falls into a deep depression and becomes gay.
Yeah,
It's
Though,
okay
to be honest, I'll be honest. I love Matthew, don't get me wrong. He's one of my best friends. Much like a brother. But he'd be the catcher, if you know what I'm saying. He'd be the bitch to the butch.
Oh,
The
man.
slab of meat to the cutting board, you know?
Mm. Alright.
He'd be the one getting fucked.
And
Yeah,
you'll
yeah,
be
we
very
get it.
sick.
We get it.
I know a few people who've got some good painter for him.
Alright, anything else to add before we end this bitch?
Yeah, I think this one might have.
What? Might have what?
It may be best we end this before I start getting freaky.
Yeah.
But if you want to see our next video, go to Pornhub. Link in the description.
No. No links and no links to Pornhub in the description ever. Alright, this has been Freelance Podcast, thank you. And good night, good morning, good afternoon wherever you are. Bye.